In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find the volume of three-dimensional figures. We're going to take a look at problems 25, 27, and 28 from your review packet. So let's take a look at 25 first. It says, a beach ball has a diameter of 8 inches, find its volume. So first what we want to do is I like to draw a picture, so I'm going to draw a quick picture of a beach ball here. So beach ball kind of looks like a sphere, so that's what I'm going to draw there. And then it says it has a diameter of 8 inches, so what that means is my radius is going to be half of that, or I'm going to have a radius of 4. Okay, so if I want to find the volume of a sphere, all I have to do is refer back to my formula sheet and find that the volume equation for a sphere is volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, a common mistake is for some reason people forget that cubed and they make it a square. So don't be one of those people. Make sure that you're cubing your radius. So let's go ahead and find out the volume by simply substituting in our r value. So volume is equal to 4/3 times pi times 4 cubed. So from there, all we need to do is take our values and substitute them into the calculator. I'm going to bring my calculator in here, and so all we have to do is put that in. We're going to press 4 divided by 3 times pi. Actually, let's leave this in terms of pi first. So we're going to leave the pi out, and we're going to do 4 to the 3rd power, and we're going to get an answer there. We get 85.333. So as a fraction, press the math button, then hit fraction, then hit enter. It's going to be 256 over 3 pi. So volume equals 256 pi over 3. So if the problem asks you to leave it in pi, that would be your answer. But if you wanted the decimal, that would be approximately, let's see what the calculator says. Take our answer, multiply it by pi now, and we get 268.08. So 268.08, and it was 8 inches, so it's going to be inches cubed. And there's our volume of the beach ball. Okay, let's scroll down, take a look at problem number 27. So problem 27 says find the volume of this figure. Now this figure, what we have to know is that this figure is a rectangular prism. So what I like to do is I like to draw in this little what you kind of don't see in the prism, but what's kind of there anyway. So with this, in this rectangular prism, we want to find the volume of it. So this formula is not on your formula sheet, but because they expect you to know this one. And what this one is just the volume of the area of the base times the height. Now we know that the area of the base is a rectangle, so we just take the length of the base times the width. So what we really get for our volume is volume equals length times width times height. So we put those numbers in. The length here I'm going to say is 10. That's my L value. My width is 2. And the height is 4. So we just substitute all those numbers. 10 times 2 times 4. And you should get that the volume is 80 meters cubed. And that's all there is to that problem. Okay, so next problem. In this problem, we got a kind of weird looking cylinder here. It's called a slanted cylinder. And so notice what's important on this is that the height is not that slanted line that's actually part of the cylinder. It's not that piece, but it's actually the straight up and down piece that's perpendicular to the ground. A height is always perpendicular to ground. So what we have to do here is we have to use that knowledge to help us find the volume of the cylinder. Now the equation for volume of the cylinder is actually on your formula sheet. And what that equation is volume is equal to pi r squared times the height. What that comes from is pi r squared, that's the area of a circle, which is our base here. Base is in fact a circle there. And then times the height, because that's how you find volume. Area of the base times the height. Remember that volume is all about that base. So all we have to do is substitute in our values. We need a radius and a height. Well, we know the height is 20. And if we go up here, they give us this distance across the circle, the diameter, that's 12. So halfway, that's going to be our radius, which is half of 12, or 6. So from there, we just substitute in our values. Volume is equal to pi times our radius, which is 6, squared, times our height, which is 20. Now from here, let's get our answer two ways. Let's get it in terms of pi and as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. So in terms of pi, all you need to do is put that into your calculator. So let's bust the calculator out here again. We're going to do, instead of putting in the pi, we're going to leave it out, and we're just going to write 6 squared times 20. We're going to get an answer of 720. So that means our volume is 720 times pi. And then that's going to be in inches cubed. Then we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to take that volume value, multiply by pi to get our decimal. So just take your answer, multiply it by pi, and you get 2,000. So our volume is approximately 2,261.95 inches cubed. 2,261.95 inches cubed. And that's it for that one. So there's 3 volume examples for you. Each a different equation, but the same concept for each one.